All right. Well, you know him very well. Gordon McKernan joins me now. And Gordon, Alexis, a very talented women's basketball player, joins forces with you.
Yeah, so we're very excited to announce our first NIL deal, and we're so thrilled to partner with Alexis. She is a great young lady. You've seen her talents on the floor, but let me tell you, off the floor, she's just genuine and caring and respectful. So we're excited that that's our first deal, and look forward to many more.
Kim Mulkey and the success she's had early on, and of course her Hall of Fame pedigree and everything. You were drawn to that also, I would imagine, or?
Yeah, I really was. I had the benefit to eat lunch with her and get to know her a little bit. And as usual, when I'm meeting with people, I like to research them a little bit, and went online to look at her. And let me tell you, she's had success every part of her life, right? Whether it's high school, college, and now, coaching and playing on and off the field. What a dynamic and talented person. And I just wanted to figure out a way that I could help support her in her program. And I thought, what better way than to go out for ourselves and do our first NIL deal. And then more importantly to me almost is that this was the first team sport for a woman to have an NIL deal. And I thought that was very important to raise the profile and the ranks of women in college sports.
Awesome. Gordon, what's the marketing plan with her? She could be on billboards, or how do you work her in? Buses?
Yeah. So we're going to do hopefully a little bit of everything. You know me, and I tend to overdo things, and I don't just do well in one area. So of course there's going to be some social media. We're looking forward to filming a commercial. I don't know if you knew, but many years ago I played basketball and was on Dale Brown's LSU freshman team for a semester until I hurt my ankle. So she and I have trash talked a little bit towards each other. We're going to probably film a commercial on the court, her and I going at each other.
Okay, I can imagine that right now. All right, I can see it. All right, you got to dust off the sneakers, huh? Do some stretching.
That's right. Yep, going to do it, man. I'm getting a little old though.
What do you like about her? What made a connection that she would be a good pitch person for McKernan?
Yeah, so I guess the thing that jumped out at me is second chances, right? When I got to know her, learned her story, learned that she had a misstep or so in the past, right? It wasn't big, but Coach Mulkey has strict guidelines and standards about what you have to follow if you're going to be part of her team, and had to dismiss her from the team, right? And then she went her way, and they separated, and they came back together. And like, as a Christian and as just a husband and a father, we all make mistakes. And I think giving people a second chance is very important. I believe in redemption and great stories like that. And that seems to be what's happening here as she's contributing greatly to the Tigers this year.
So Gordon, this NIL stuff exploded onto the scene over the summertime. And I would think that your company would be one of the first ones that people would think of in terms of, let's get him, right? What has been your observation so far with LSU football and how this is going with them? And would you like to be involved in some capacity with LSU football?
Yeah, I definitely would. And I did meet with several high profile players right when it broke to look into a deal. And I think that out of the gate, a lot of these players across the country, specifically their agents or handlers, had an inflated view of what the player was bringing to the court, to me or to any other company, and the prices that they were asking for a single tweet or a little social media. It just didn't fit into the plan. I want to develop a relationship with whichever player we're going to enter a deal to, not a one-time, one cent transaction, but more of a relationship across a whole semester or year of football. And I think it's taken a little bit of time for that to kind of settle down. And I am exploring some deals right now, and I'm open to deals to support these students, athletes, and also at the same time bring a benefit to my company. So I do have some things, but LSU is behind in this game. There's no doubt. I know that the business community, as well as the LSU and the student athlete, that's got to be all this arm's length distance apart. But it does seem that the communities that, like at Alabama and Texas A&M, have some things figured out. And maybe the coaching change we had this year, I'm not sure, but I do think that we have to make up some ground there.
Gordon, you're obviously an attorney. You're not working in the LSU football office, but from afar, are you seeing that it's an arm race like everything else? Our stadium has to be this way. Our weight room has to be this way. Our recruiting has to be this way. The way we feed the guys has to be this way. And our NIL has to be this way.
Yeah, I would agree completely with that. And I think that's being used against us right now. I mean, when Bryce Young out of the gate gets however big deal, think about the recruiting pitch to the incoming quarterbacks in 2022, 2023. That's a great advantage. So I think that's going to be the next natural fallout, is that the NIL deals for whatever top program are going to have to be significant.
Do you know Scott Woodward well? I mean,
yeah, I know. I had the good fortune that my mom and his mom and my dad and his dad grew up together. And we go back a long, long way. He was a childhood friend and fraternity brother, and he's just a solid, great guy. Yeah, well, there's some rules. Scott and I have, like always, we've had lunches together, but there's certain things that they can't even talk about or get into. And Scott is very respectful of the NCAA and all the different rules and restrictions. It really does have to be business community. You go strike a deal with whatever NIL kid you want to. We can't be involved with that. We can't know about it. We can't communicate anything to you. So there is an iron wall up between that. So it's up to the business community like myself to look at a potential player or players and say, I'd like to sponsor this one in a deal.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm still learning like everyone else, but
I think we all are. We all are.
All right. Well, anything else you want to add that I'm not hitting upon or whatever?
No, I'm, like I said, excited to have this relationship. We look forward to more relationships with various LSU Tiger athletes, and we are open for business. So I think I can let people know I am interested. If there's potential deals that an individual student athlete would think would benefit them, I think they have the right to reach out to me or my marketing department. And we'll certainly reach out to ones that we've kind of identified.
You're an LSU fan. You graduated there, obviously?
I did. Yep,
okay.
Sure did. Yeah.
So
my dad was there, my kid's there. So it's we bleed purple and gold.
So there's a balance there, right? You want to see the school do well, win and everything, but at the same time, you're the guy behind that G over there, and that has to it has to work on that end of it too.
It does. It has to be beneficial for both sides. I mean, long term for it to work, that's the only way it can work.